Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, Kate. And no, this isn't a cooking show. This is
No,
not a cooking show.
no, welcome to my kitchen. I found this background and it is so much fun because it makes me feel like I'm in a cartoon. Who doesn't want to
Yeah,
be living in a cartoon, right?
yeah,
Where everything comes out okay and everything's happy and, you know, a little
yes.
Pepto Bismol color, but that's okay.
I can't believe though that the tiles are yellow with pink. That's what cracks me up the most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the
it's
contrast.
the
And see,
conflict.
here's my little sticky note that says, I have a show with Allie today. That's how my calendar is these days. It's like one
I
sticky
know.
note.
Is
Yeah.
that a frigidere? A frigidere?
Yes, it
Frigidaire?
is. It
It
must be.
is?
It must be. It's the
Um,
old kind, right? It's the
oh,
old kind where you'd see the inside of the freezer. It'd be like a little box.
yes,
Remember those? And you
yes.
could only fit
And
like,
remember, you had to pull the ice thing. They were tin, and you had to pull
oh
them
my
this way.
gosh, yes. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
didn't do it right, you could actually get hurt. You
I
know?
know.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
you could get cut on those things. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
We were
I
big
just would
fans
take them
of
and throw them in the sink and let them.
yeah, yeah. Have them half melted. That was even better, right? Even better.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And we had
absolutely.
an outside freezer where because we were a family of seven,
Uh-huh.
that we would go shopping and a ton of stuff would end up in there because there just wasn't any room inside the
No,
house.
right,
And
right.
and now I think, gosh, it would be nice to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
But it's expensive and the PG&E and what do you
So
do?
you can have your virtual kitchen and take care of everything. And look how clean the counters are.
Yeah,
They're perfect. There you go. There you
perfect.
go.
I have very clean counters anyway. I really like the minimal look
A
in my
minimal
own
look.
kitchen. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Well, it also represents what Kate's kitchen is not going to have pink cabinetry and yellow floor, but she has been working on her kitchen with
Yeah,
her husband and working on her little space in the back. She's been a very busy lady since she's been sort of away from us, but we have missed you terribly and we are
oh,
so happy you are here and will be
oh,
coming back on the Dream Show soon.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have missed you guys too. I have
Oh, yeah.
so missed you guys.
I know.
The community energy, the interactions, the
Yeah.
emails that say, "Where are you?"
Yes. And even though it's summertime and people are sort of scattered around depending upon what they're doing,
Yeah,
it's still a nice synergy when everybody gets back together and we just laugh and have a good time. So,
yeah,
yes. So,
absolutely. Thanks for
thank
inviting
you.
me.
Of course, of course. Uh, and I'm going to have my little coffee here, and I'm sure you have some beverage with you,
I
or maybe
do a little green, and I match.
oh,
Oh no,
it
it
disappears.
disappears. Ooh, magical, no calories.
Magic. There's
Super
nothing.
calories.
Kate's been
Oh,
working on her magic tricks.
watch me pull a bubbly water out of my I don't know cabinet, or maybe
How do
it's
you
the
microwave? How
yeah,
do you microwave? Yeah.
yeah, love it.
So, yes. So I want to say hello to Spirit Watchers Suzanne and Lottie and Maruda and hi, Valerie
Hey
and
Val,
Thomas and Gerald from Tarot Stash. Thank you all for
hi,
being here this morning. Yeah.
hi
Good
everyone.
morning.
I have
Yeah.
missed you all.
Oh yeah, I know. And Kate has some work that she does in the evenings, which some days works out for her to not be working, and other days she's busy. So we decided to go with the morning or an earlier time today. And
Hmm.
so the green light 777. Oh, I love that with a
Yes,
beautiful big sunflower. That's awesome. Yeah.
beautiful.
So we're gonna do some of the Actors Studios questions today because that's the impetus for being here. But I decided I last night I was thinking about I don't know how many people realize that you are a twin and you are a fraternal twin because you have a twin brother.
Yes, I do.
What was life being a twin? I mean, was it any different than any relationship that you had growing up with your other siblings?
We were a family of two sets of twins.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
were two sets of twins, and then a sibling in the middle. Having a twin for me was realizing that I was never alone. There was
true.
always someone having similar experiences at the same time I was, um,
Yeah,
and um, and I adore my twin. He is
uh-huh.
a spectacular person. He's
That's good.
he was the peacemaker. He was the smallest in the class until we were, I don't know, juniors or seniors in high school. So he was really teased. He was really, really teased. I was really tall from the get
Mhm.
go,
Wow.
and so people used to say, "Oh, is this your little brother?" And he'd get really mad, and he would say, "No, I'm older than she is by 8 minutes. I'm 8 minutes older." And
Yeah.
and it was a dynamic that he showed over and over again, a tremendous amount of courage
Wow.
and
Wow.
a peacemaking kind of. He would get up between these two bullies that were like enormous and make them stop. I mean, it was just fascinating to
That
watch.
is fascinating. Yeah.
And he was so kind to everyone,
Uh-huh.
always.
Yeah.
You
Always.
know, and they, people would say, "Well, were you the guys that were, in the yuppie clique, or were you in the backfield clique, or
Uh-huh.
what clique were you in?"
Right.
And we weren't in any clique. We were in
I
all of the
wasn't
cliques.
either. I wasn't either.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I just
Like,
I got along with a few of these and a few of these and a few of these and
yeah,
my activities were different with those people, but
yeah,
I even got along with the drug people and the drinking people, but I didn't do either thing. I just
yeah.
said, okay, well that's the way they are. Yeah.
And that's how I was too. I won't
Yeah.
speak to Dell, but
Right. Yeah. So was he in your class with you? I know he was in your graduating class, but was he in classes with you throughout
we
elementary?
they let us be together in kindergarten,
Uh-huh.
and the kindergarten teacher used to say it was the weirdest thing that Katie would be on one end of the room and Dell would be on the other end of the room. And he
Uh-huh.
would stop what he was doing. He'd be having a conversation. He would stop what he was doing and put the paintbrush down, and he would walk over and tie my bow in the back of my dress. And he said it never failed, that it had come undone, but how he knew that, she never
Yeah.
could figure out how he knew that I needed attention. So
Yeah.
kindergarten we had together, and then the school district decided, oh, no, 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 we can't have them together. That would be ooh, ooh. And so we were kind of sad, that they wouldn't let us do it, and it didn't happen again until high school. And then we had a couple of classes together, which was fun and sort of, I don't know. I think I embarrassed him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what kids do. That's what
right,
kids do. Yeah.
right. But
That's really awesome.
his junior year, he grew like 6 inches, 8 inches maybe.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then I graduated early, and he like became the most popular guy in the class. And
There you go.
so,
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, because he's
yeah,
able to stand on his own power by that time. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. My father he said that he grew so fast, like his junior to senior year, that he stooped over because he was so embarrassed. So he always had this,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. It went too fast for him. So he always kind of had that stooped look. But,
right.
wow, I think that's wonderful. The only twin story that I have was in kindergarten. There were two boys, Bruce and Barry, and they both liked me. And so there's movies of me holding both their hands at the parade. I couldn't
How
have just
old
one
were you?
twin. I had to have both. I had to have,
I love it. How old were you when you were doing the
well,
parade?
5. Yeah,
Oh,
5 or
there you go.
6. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when life
And
is
they
too.
and they grew up to be sort of degenerates in a way, but
Oh,
when they were little boys they were fine. They were
yeah.
very doting. Like
Oh,
I'm sitting in a chair and they're putting the blanket over me and they're patting me and stuff. It was cute. It was really cute.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Erin, thanks for being here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taro, your way actually has before we start, I might as well just put this up there. He keeps having dreams about working all night for bad bosses. Are these saying be glad you're not working under these boobs? All I saw was under these boobs when I
know.
first saw it.
Is that a typo?
No, he calls them
Tell me-
boobs because they're horrible bosses. Yeah. Hi, Jess.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah. Working all night. We talked about that, and we have talked about it before when Kate and I were on, earlier, because we've done shows together about working in your dreams. And we talked about it, in fact, last night as well.
I do have a quick thought about this, and that
Okay.
is that repeat dreams are oftentimes guides and angels trying to explain a particular lesson. Okay, that is repeating in your life. That is either repeating in your life. There is something that is repeating in your life where they want to break that cycle. They want you to elevate out of it.
Wake up. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I were looking at this, I would say you have a choice in every interaction.
Right.
You have a choice to leave the bad boss and not be around that energy. Okay.
Yeah.
To leave that energy over there. Okay. To walk out. Right.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful things I ever did was leave a job that was
Me too.
Really bad. And I needed the money, and I had 2 little kids, and it was like, oh my gosh, and there wasn't another job lined up. And everybody is going, don't leave, you need the money, you need the healthcare, no, I need my sanity, I need to breathe, I need to know that I'm important, that I matter, and I'm not getting that here. Okay. It was terrible, the things that
I do
done. So showing that that you have the option to push the bad boss away, to push the energy of that circumstance or a circumstance. Maybe that what they're trying to tell you is you have a choice.
Yeah.
Walk away from that. Leave that behind. Leave that away. Get that away.
I worked in this really oppressive room in mortgage servicing in a bank, and it was just a job I needed. And there were no windows. You could not get up and go to the bathroom without asking. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But in the background, all I heard was, And so one day I just finally had it, and I stood up, and I don't know how I did this. And I said, what the hell's going on here? I've never worked with so many scheming, backbiting bitches in my life. And I got my stuff and went out the door. And that is, at that time especially, was not me. I said to myself, there's no way I'll do like temporary work. I'll go work at a grocery store. I'm not working with these people. And their mouths were like fish.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I had a similar banking experience where I told the joke to a supervisor, and she literally slapped me across the face in front of a line of customers. And I stood there sobbing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have very good coping skills. And she was authority, so I didn't, And later, when all of the employees were about ready to walk out, I'd had a dream that we all turned in our keys at the same time. We met with the branch manager, and he was like, "What is going on?" And I did the same thing. I said, "I'm out of here. I just can't."
And Thomas, you're right. It's owning your power. It's saying, I can I know I need to work. I know I can tolerate up to, but not including this crap. And I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah.
Your personal, your experiences are important. Knowing that the universe has your back and that wants the best for you, and trusting that the universe is going to give you that wonderful experience. If you trust them, right? If you let go of all that, get out from under them boobies. No, choose a better pair. I mean, Yep. Thanks for the question.
That's great, Thomas. We got one more, and then I'm going to do some questions for Kate. So, and then we'll take some questions, readings if you want. Just wonders, what does it mean when you start dreaming all of a sudden? I don't remember the dreams, just remember that I dreamed. You're still working through it, Jess. You're still working through whatever it is you need to work through, even if you don't remember it. Right,
Yes.
Kate?
Yes, and spirit is ready. So when
Mhm.
you drop off and you're instantly dreaming, it's because you are ready. You want the answer. You want to take the test. You want to
Yep.
have the information
Let it
become
go.
part of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, with guides and angels, it's we want that stuff in. We don't want to let that stuff go. It's all
Yeah.
the earthly stuff that we want
Yeah.
to.
And
You know,
we need that downtime. I mean, you can actually go mentally ill if you don't have dreams.
That's
And
right.
so even if you can't remember them, just know that if you're having dreams, you're working through some stuff. And
Yeah.
so it's working for you.
Right.
And so, yeah. So Thomas says, thank you, Kate. Of
Oh, you're
course.
so welcome. My
Kate's missed
pleasure.
doing this. She misses doing this. So we're going to be
Thank you.
doing it
And
again.
there's so
There's
many new
Jay.
people.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hi, Jay.
Lucy.
All right. So as you well know, there's a show that was on Bravo called Inside the Actor's Studio, and I have made it to be inside the psychic studio. And James Lipton has come through to Kevin, the healing medium, and said, "You must do this with everybody. This is so much fun." And I can just see James Lipton doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent! You're keeping myself alive here. So. Yes. So we got some questions for Kate today. Jess, you're welcome, honey. But I've been horribly tired. A lot of people aren't sleeping really well because we're getting a lot of downloads and information. And look at all of the Schumann resonance is back up again. I mean, it's crazy right now. So, yeah, cut yourself some slack. All right, Miss Kate.
Okay.
What's your favorite word?
My favorite word is love.
Yeah.
I know that that's simplistic. It's
No?
my banner.
Yeah.
It's my goalpost. It's my guiding light. It's everything to me. I know that we come from love. We are love. We return to love.
Yeah.
And for me, growing up and even now, love is always the answer.
It is.
Every
And
question
that's
can
all
come
one
back
of the
down.
reasons we live. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just one of the reasons we're here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are so many experiences that come from the gifts of love. So when you are experiencing love from the universe, from each other, the gifts that come from that are peace and
Uh-huh.
joy,
Right.
right? And
Yes.
suddenly things that used to bother you, suddenly they don't bother you anymore
If you look
because
at them through the eyes of love. That's
yeah,
right.
it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. All
I
right.
mean,
So
if they could bottle whatever that is when you first fall in love,
oh
and all of a sudden you're like all of your senses are going nuts, your creativity is going nuts, your solutions are coming in like
yeah.
fireworks. I mean, it is, if they could bottle that. Gosh,
I
like
wish
they
they bought
could
I mean, I'm glad they
explain it.
didn't because I wouldn't have my husband now, but it was awful to go through that's really an addictive thing to want is
Yeah,
that feeling. It really
yeah,
is. If we could get it bottled, it would be nice.
it
So
would be nice, and we could give doses. We could
we could
measure
give
the
micro doses and macro
dose.
doses. Yes. Um,
Absolutely.
all right. So what's it? There's always a flip side. What's your least favorite word?
Um, Probably goodbye.
Ah, okay.
I mean, if I had to, the other one would be no.
Ah,
I'm the
yeah.
youngest of five. I don't do well with no. When
What's
somebody's
the
like,
one in the middle where you ask your parents and they go, "Well,
we'll see.
maybe."
Maybe is not an answer.
Not
Not an answer.
an answer. No, not
No,
an answer. Yeah,
no.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, but
So
goodbye is too final for me.
it is too final. It is. So that's why you say so long or farewell or adieu, right? Adieu, adieu.
Sounds like
Hi, Marina. It's good to see you, dear. Thanks for coming by.
yep.
Kate, what excites you?
I think the most exciting moments for me is when I see a light bulb in someone's eyes that they have been turned on or get whatever it is that
Yeah.
we're communicating about. when someone understands there's so much more to them than their circumstances, than what, it's kind of hard to describe. I guess it's when the light comes on. Seeing when the light comes on, right?
That's what I love about teaching. When I'm a teacher in a classroom, and you get a lot of,
yeah,
and then you get,
yeah.
I mean, it is. It's worth $1 million. It really is. It's like I'm finally heard. So yeah.
Oh, thanks, Jay. That is so sweet.
That is sweet.
That is so sweet.
What turned you off?
Dishonesty.
Falsehood.
Falsehood. Even if it's denial, right? Even if the person is in denial, they don't see it.
Right.
False. I don't have time for dishonesty or for the games that go around people playing games. That falsehood, right? It's
yes.
Yeah, I don't have patience for that. So I guess that's a turn.
And we're living in a time where that's all we're seeing is dishonesty and lying and other things. And it is, you have to take a media diet because it's so brutal. And it really does. It's like, are we living on the right planet here? This isn't making sense.
I know. There's so many of us that just want to go home, please.
Yeah, Mom, could you come get me? I'm not having a very good time.
Hey,
yeah.
is it working yet? Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember your parents ever saying, if you're uncomfortable when you're at somebody's house or, whatever, like you're staying overnight, you can always call me and come home. I'll come get you. It doesn't matter. And I always thought that was so awesome because, you're trying to be this person that goes out there and be a little bit of independent. But if it's something that's happening that's not comfortable, you need to know you've got somebody that's got your back. So that's really awesome. Yeah. You ask the divine to go home sometimes, and I hear it's not your time. Well, I'm glad it isn't, Suzanne, because we need all the people that we have and more to be the light working angels that you all are. So, yeah. So, Kate, what sound or noise do you love?
Well, that one's easy. I love hearing laughter from people that I love, right? There is nothing better than laughing until your sides hurt, and the tears are rolling down. And that moment of pure joy, expression of lightness, of sharing and connecting is just the best. It's the best. I can tell you all the best moments where, my and times where my cheeks hurt from laughing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's like the best. That's the best.
How about laughing so hard that you actually start to cry? That's happened to me as well. Yeah. I mean, cry like I not just tears, but like, it's really interesting. Right. That's happened to me, not a lot of times, but a few times. It's like, wow, I needed that. I guess,
My mom never used to make a sound when she would laugh. She was a silent laugher. And we teased her one day where she was like smiling and the tears are rolling down her face and she's laughing really. You can tell that she just wants to open her mouth and let it out, but she never does. She absolutely. Yeah, she had to keep so reserved. She was just
that's
so
a
reserved.
Shame.
I know.
Yeah, that's a shame. My mother was a tut-hutter. I called it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Tut-hutter.
Tut-hutter. King Tut. Yeah.
Yeah.
What sound do you like? I'm sorry. What sound do you not like, or noise that you don't like?
Screaming. And that could be adult screaming or baby screaming, especially when mom is still holding the baby and the baby is screaming. My heart just tugs with that. And I have to keep myself from walking over and saying, would you like me to hold the baby while you talk on the phone? Or while you're ignoring this child, can I help you out here? Because
Yeah.
because this really hurts. It hurts, and
Yes.
the screaming that happens where you're like, do the parents not hear that anymore? I mean, how is
I
that?
know. Or the kids are running up and down and their parents are like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
or there was one guy I remember, he was in like Walmart or something, and had a football and he was throwing the football down the aisle to his kid. So that's kind of stuff just drives me crazy.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
understood.
Yeah.
Understood. All right, Kate, get ready for it because I need to know what your favorite curse word is.
Oh, me curse. Okay, it's the flub. It's the flub curse. It's the F curse.
The F bomb.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. It just really does meet a lot of criteria.
yeah. It does. If
Yeah.
in fact, my husband and I are not allowed to use that when we get angry with each other,
Mhm.
because that is the ultimate. We're done. There's no more communicating. There's no more talking. There's no
Right.
more. That's end subject, done. Except that there are times where you have to let it out. How are you gonna let it out? And having a
Yeah.
word that does that.
I always tell the kids at school, I said, somebody decided this word was dirty.
Hmm.
And, it really is just a word we give a lot of power to.
Right.
That's all it is. So
That's all.
I love that Lipton did this back in the day, when it wasn't
Yeah.
really acceptable. So he was great.
Right.
Um, so what gift other than what you already have would you like to have?
And then, can this be any kind of gift, like a
Any
superpower,
kind of gift.
or
Like maybe you like to sew or play the violin, but it also could be any kind of superpower. Yeah, sure. Mhm.
I would like to know how to heal a broken heart. It's the one, we can do all the energy work. We can make things more flexible. We can give more
Yeah,
ease. We can rebalance chakras. We can remove other people's energies. We can, sift through and find out what needs to go and what needs to say. But I have never had anybody explain, other than understanding that in order to heal a broken heart, the brokenhearted have to love again.
again.
Yeah,
I
that's the
I
impact.
always say that with people that lose a pet, and I know you got to have a period of time that you need to,
Yeah,
process that. Some people
yeah,
faster than others, but God, there's so many pets that would love you and you would gain more than you
so
lose.
important. It's so you to have another one. Love again, love again, love again. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow, Maruda, that's something else. Let's see. Hi, Lisa Foster. My sister and I were having a knockdown, drag out fight on the living room floor, and my mom was just reclining on the couch reading her book. She's a saint, Maruda, because
Ah.
I couldn't do that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Wow. This
Uh-huh.
is a
And
dream or not a dream?
no, I
No.
think this is real.
There's
Yeah,
no.
I
Yeah.
think this is
Oh,
real.
I see. With the kids,
Yeah,
with
with a
the kids
kid.
doing things. Yeah.
Yeah. And scary movies are good, Aaron, but the screaming, and it's the same way with I can't watch what is it? Not unsolicited, that's not the right word, but violence and gore for no real apparent reason. That's why I couldn't watch Game of Thrones because I couldn't handle that. But everybody's different. So gratuitous,
Gratuitous.
gratuitous violence. That's what
And
it is.
what makes that gratuitous? It's like,
I,
ooh.
yeah, I know it's gross. It's gross.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So
uh. What's next?
what gift do you find that's most annoying?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Mhm.
Mm,
Maybe that you have or that others have that drive you crazy.
probably going back to that dishonesty question, where
Hmm.
the truth meter in me says
Yeah.
warning, warning, warn.
Yeah.
And once I see that, I can't really unsee it,
No, I know.
and so
Yeah.
it makes having having a conversation or continuing a conversation or a friendship or whatever, it makes it for me really difficult to know that the falsehood is coming my way, and I can see it, I can feel it.
Pickleball paddle, pickleball paddle.
Yeah, yeah. So it's probably that truth meter, right? That
Yeah,
truth.
yeah. I had a colleague that married this guy. He was a cop, and he was very he lived lies. He didn't. That was his truth. Was
Oh
lies. He
my
was a habitual
God.
liar. And she went in the hospital like 2 weeks after they got married because she had to have a hysterectomy, and she was like 27. She was very young, and
Wow.
he was out with somebody else. And we saw him, my other friend and I saw him, and we told her, and she didn't believe us, and then, didn't want anything to do with us because we were apparently lying. So I've had that situation, and I find that it's strange. You can't believe what somebody else is. I'm not telling her to hurt her. I'm telling her to actually be kind and say, this isn't such a good thing. But later she was better about it when they got divorced soon afterwards. I guess but she had to see for herself, I guess. So
Did she
yeah,
become friends again once she was divorced?
she was, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
And I don't know but we were only colleagues. We
Oh,
worked together. We worked in a bank together, so it wasn't like we were, childhood friends or anything like that. So
right.
all right, Kate. Here's the final question before we get to do some readings today. If heaven exists, and you and I know it does,
Yes.
what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
At the pearly gates. Welcome home. I would like him to say welcome home. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's or maybe, oh, there she is. Yeah. I you know
Yeah, yeah.
I have always had a really strong spiritual faith, and from very early talking to God, and having my own
Yeah.
relationship. So I actually told my daughters when they were young that before we come down onto the planet, we plan out our lives,
Hmm.
and so what was Dad's plan? Well, what was Uncle Dell's plan? Well, why did God send you down, Mom? Because
Yeah.
I was the twin. Nobody could determine that I was even with my mom's pregnancy. They only heard one heartbeat. So they called me the bonus, that they didn't know
Hmm.
there. And so on the fly, I said, well, there was one day where I was laughing and I was giving God a headache, and he said, hey, you down. You're giving me a headache. You're laughing way too much. You go down to earth and spread that around. You down there, okay? I'll see you in a couple of decades. Come on back. But
Uh-huh.
and,
Yeah.
and it made them laugh, and of course they talk about that to this day, about what did
That's
we
right.
plan before we came down.
Before we came down. Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Because we think that, we're just a victim of circumstance. And I could say it in a curly language. You're not a victim of circumstance, but we
Oh,
do
that's
we do create
good.
our own
Good.
reality. Isn't that good?
Good.
My son and I, there was one
Oh,
where Curly was in court, and he has this bowler hat on and he's got a cane, and the judge says, take off your hat. And he takes off his hat. He says, put your right hand up. And so he puts his hat back on, and then and this goes on forever and ever. And he goes, you're talking a double speak.
oh
I
my
love Curly.
God, that's
Curly,
so good.
and I've heard other women say, "Oh, I couldn't stand the Three Stooges." Oh my God, I thought they were wonderful. I really
Yeah,
did.
they do
Yeah,
have their moments. Yeah,
they did.
they
So
do.
Lisa, God would say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised," but
Oh,
he wouldn't be. And who was it that said? Spirit Watcher said God would be holding and surrounded by all those cats you rescue, Lisa.
oh, he's done enough to you. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
oh my
Oh.
gosh.
All right. So, Jess, I'm sorry your dad said that to you if you were a boy. Okay, but now you're not. So, no. Give me a break. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's just
Hmm.
nuts. All right. So, thank you, Kate, for that. That was a lot of fun. And it's different every time I do it, even though the questions are the same. And it just brings a lot of joy to see how people think and feel. And, any given day, I could talk to somebody in 2 months from now that I've already asked, and the questions may change. You may
Yeah.
have a different feeling about them. That's why I like them so much.
Right.
So, yeah. So, all right, we got a couple questions. We have Rose Flower wondering if she can get a spirit message. So let's do it, Kate.
Okay. Now, it's difficult for me with this kitchen behind me to actually be able to show you guys the card, because it's not like...
Oh, yeah, that's very true. That's very true, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hold it up to the camera where you guys would be able to see it.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully we will figure that out.
Okay. I got these really beautiful cards yesterday, and they're called, and I sent them to Valerie for her birthday, because her birthday's coming up. And they're called the Healing Waters Oracle.
Oh, beautiful.
And they're perfect cards for Cancer people, of course, people that are the sign of Cancer, and everybody else. But they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to pull one of those.
Okay,
Yeah.
second one.
All right. I got Maruda and I've got Crone Zone. All right.
Okay.
Priscilla, I hope your ear is better. I'm just going to say that. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for making me feel back to things.
Yeah.
For being here, that I'm back.
Yeah.
I missed you. Do you remember in Little Mermaid, the chef that's running around trying to chop up the crab or get the crab, and he says, "Zutalo, I have missed one." That's how it feels. It feels like, "Zutalo, I have missed you." Ooh.
So, who was it? Oh, Jess. It's a backdrop that she has. She's not quite that eclectic in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, I think that could be really fun, like as a B&B or something.
Yeah. And the first thing I thought of was the new Barbie and Ken movie that's coming out. And she had a pink kitchen. She did. Yeah. All right. So all right, we got about 20 minutes. So I've got 7 questions right now. And I'm going to read out who they are. We've got Jess and we've got Rose Flower. Oops, no, that's not what we need. We already asked that question. Rose Flowers first, then the green light, then Jess, then Maruda, then Priscilla, then Erin. All right.
Okay, so you want me to go ahead for Rose Flower?
You go right ahead, madam. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to read it first, and we'll try and show you what the picture on the card looks like, but just in case it says, "Living friends. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and grow together with you. Your friends raise you up and hold you to the best that you can be. You are loved unconditionally, supported throughout your journey. Release old friendships which may be toxic or keeping you stagnant." So it's a picture. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's just a picture of friends.
It's just a little picture with yellow. Yeah.
And then the one from Elizabeth on Earth is surprise date.
Oh.
So I think there may be something exciting coming your way that comes from a connection of your friends, from a group gathering, from someone that you know, a surprise event. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And wait till you see my card, because I think you're right. Yeah. Hi, Craig. I just want to say hi. I know you're driving. Don't worry about tagging anybody. We are all glad you're here. Be safe.
Hi,
Drive
Craig.
safely. Yeah. Craigie Poo. All right. So the ripple effect.
Oh, nice.
And look at the spiral. Isn't it gorgeous? And it says, part of something bigger, details are taken care of. So yes, something big is coming. You're part of something bigger, maybe a community or a group or a gathering, and the details are taken care of. You don't have to do anything. You just need to show up, Rose. Ooh, I got the chills.
It's something fun. It's a surprise. Yeah. Don't you love surprises?
I do. Yeah. See, I don't mind change. And of course, surprise is great, but a lot of surprises are change. So it's, you know, you have to kind of be open to getting what you can. And yeah. So, all right. So thank you, dear. Thank you, Rose. All right. So the green light, 77.7. I would like a little reading for my current circumstances. Okay. So we're going to bring you whatever the universe says you need to hear.
You know, I was going to say to Allie that I've had some emails where people wanted me to pull cards, and I offered to take a picture of the cards and email them back to them so
Yeah.
that they could have a physical
Oh, yeah.
thing to look forward to. So if anybody that I read for wants their cards to, you know, send me a quick, hi, I want my cards, you know, note to thedreamdetectives@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to send you a photo of what the cards were.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have green light 777. Current circumstances.
You're welcome, Rose.
Oh, that's interesting.
Starfish. It's a real starfish too, Jess. It's encapsulated in plastic, but it's real. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, it's like a sand dollar. Yep. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Wow. You want to go ahead?
Okay. First card I got for you, green light, is there's something about love. I don't know if it's self-love. I don't know if it's a love relationship, but I get love is coming up here. The next thing I get is trust it. I don't know if you're going to see a feather or not, but I love this because it reminds me of our chakras, even though I know it's not bone here, but it kind of looks like it is. So trust what's coming in because it's divinely ordained with the feather. So there you go with that. Okay, you're going to like this. Watch your dreams. Watch your dreams. Watch your dreams. They're telling you things that you need to remember. If you can try to remember them, they're wonderful.
Yeah.
And I guess you probably know we have dream shows that we do particularly just on dreams. And so bring them if you can't figure them out.
Absolutely.
Hi, Simpson. Nice to see you. Yes.
So the first card that I drew was Forsythia Leviosa. And I know that sounds like a Harry Potter. Let's see if I can get this clear.
Yeah.
I know it's so little, it's hard to see. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do. Maybe I should paint this background. But she is literally lifted up and reaching for the stars. She's lifted and reaching for the stars. So really beautiful card. I would say that there is something magical coming your way that is absolutely going to lift you. And then the second card I got was surround yourself with people you love and enjoy your time with them. Know that this will nurture your relationship with yourself. Even though you are with others, it's going to help nurture
help you love yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Find a healthy balance, right? Between being friends and self-care time. So I know that self-care message, right?
Yeah. And 20 years ago, nobody would have known what that even meant. And right. I love that we remind ourselves every day. So beautiful, Kate. Thank you. All right. And thank you, green light. So Jess wonders if her spirit guides can come through and give her a message.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's right.
That doesn't happen very often.
Oh, wow. All right. So what I get for you, Jess, is a great big yes first. That's a good one. And look at the way the angel is balancing uh, Gaia and the sun and all the angels around. These are angel cards by Radley Valentine, and he just has some really great images. So whatever you are wanting to know, they say yes, and they say within the next few weeks. Isn't that great to know? And look at all these angels hanging around the Colosseum. Just let's just have an agora here, a marketplace, and we can chat about philosophy and things. Just put up your boundaries to anything that doesn't resonate with you. We hesitate sometimes because we don't want to be that person, but we always have to make sure that we cover that. And so if those boundaries issues are a problem, you can always ask your angels and your guides as well to help you to create those boundaries for yourself.
Wow. Those are such pretty cards. So I pulled 2 from the Elizabeth on Earth cards for Jessry. The first one is Sea Spirit 1. And I'm going to put it right up to the camera. See if
Ooh.
That's okay. So she is on the beach. She is headed toward the water on a full moon. Okay.
July 3rd. July 3rd.
So something is significant about the full moon, about the timing of that, and about moving toward that.
Yeah.
So I would venture to say that there is energy supporting you, that you're going to have whatever it is that you're seeking, you'll have an answer before the full moon. And then the other one that this rarely happens, but it's within the same sequence. It's called Sea Spirit number 3. Mm-hmm. And see how she's rejoicing.
Oh, wow. In the moon again.
In the moon.
Oh, beautiful.
So, it's about trusting the energies, trusting the resources around you, taking them on, letting them be a part of what you're moving through. And this to me screams success, a beautiful success. But I've never had the same sequence of cards come through before like that. So that's
Isn't that cool when that happens? Sometimes I'll pull a card and I'll say to myself, I've never even seen this card. It's like, where did that come from? So it's meant for that person. Really is.
You have wonderful support around you, the energy that you're walking toward. I think you'll have your answers by the full moon. And that's what it's repeating.
All right. There you go. All right. So Maruda wonders if her guides have anything to tell her.
Our guides love talking to us.
They do. It's like, it's about time you asked that.
They get all excited. They get all excited. There's this humming and this buzzing and this, this wonderful effervescent, like soda pop bubbles. When they're listening and wanting to talk to us. So it's really beautiful. Full moon in Capricorn. There we go.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you.
And that's my rising sign. So I think that's quite interesting.
Right now, I think we're in Scorpio, right? That might be why we're having a hard time sleeping, the moon. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I only get half of what I need to know.
No, I know. Well, I'll just fall asleep and the dogs will decide, maybe I have to pee, So it's like, give me a break, dogs. It's 4:30 this morning. They wanted their breakfast. Oh my gosh. Crazy.
You're ready for treats, right? Treats.
They're ready for treats.
Treats.
Yeah, they are.
Treats.
And they love whipped cream. Love whipped cream. All right. So, Maruda, the first card I get from the beautiful Healing Waters deck is Water Codes. Ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Look at that picture. Beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And, it is, you already know that, Maruda. I know you're a very spiritual person. So you know that it's all within. And guess what? Go within. There it is again. The double message. The double message for you, Maruda, is to go within. Yeah.
Wow. Nice. So for Maruda, I got the crone. Again, the full moon. And notice how she is very secure in, come on, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I can't get it to go. She is sitting with a thread to the moon. I don't know that I should use this background again.
Uh-huh.
But she's tethered to the string that's going to the moon, but she's floating in one of those Zen positions, right? Where
Uh-huh.
you're like getting ready to meditate. Your hands are on your knees, the hand palms are up.
Yeah.
You're in that meditative space. But the title is the crone, the wise one,
The wise one.
the wise
And
one.
how do you get the answers? The intelligence is
That's
within.
it.
Yeah.
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 And then the second card, this is a really pretty card too. I wish I could get this to come through. It's called Invocation.
Oh, I can see it. Oh, it's gorgeous. It almost looks like a whirling dervish in a
Yeah,
way.
like she's dancing.
Yes.
Okay, so in your joy, ask. That's all you have to do. In
Yeah.
your joy, ask. Invocation, right? That
Yeah.
communication piece. There's so much of the time of us thinking, oh no, being moved by other people's circumstances or other energy circumstances, where we have a choice in that, and we can ask for what we need. We can ask for those answers to come through. So those are
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, beautiful cards. I'd love to send them to you, Marut. I'm sorry about the background.
That's all right. So, what is the name of? Anne's asking, what is the name of those cards that you just showed?
The cards that I showed are called Elizabeth on Earth.
Elizabeth
Okay,
on.
Elizabeth on Earth. It does not come with a book. It comes
Mhm.
with an explanation that our own intuition will give you the
Mhm.
answers you need.
Yep.
So, and I love both. I love both
I
ways.
do too. I do too.
I do. But her artwork is just uh, incredible.
Beautiful.
The artwork that she
Yes.
does. Yeah.
We have a lot of, like the ones I have, the dream cards and the storytelling cards and stuff. They're art and made into they have just one word on them, but I love them
I
because,
know.
I can take the word or not, it doesn't matter. It's mostly what that image is giving me. And it
Right.
gives me different things at different readings. So thank you, Maruta. Thank you, dear. All right. We have Miss Priscilla, a
Oh,
message from Spirit. There you go.
hello, Priscilla.
Yes.
See what we have. Yeah, so the two shows that are coming up are going to be really exciting for folks to join in and participate with. That
Oh,
the
good.
one deck that I was using is the deck called Mindful Messages About Love. So that's
Okay.
with the show with Valerie. That's the deck that will be used.
That's the
The
deck you're
color.
going to use. Yeah. I
So
love
we'll
it.
see how that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, Priscilla, what do we got for you?
oh.
Oh, my goodness. You shuffle the decks and who knows? So, Priscilla, you have a beautiful picture here. And the words are thank you. Gratitude and appreciation, what is sustaining you, is surrounding you. So they're hearing your interior and exterior appreciation for whatever it is you're going through, and which could just be day-to-day living. But they're thanking you for bringing them into your orbit, so to speak, and allowing them to work through you. And they're telling you, this is the message of the day: go within. I don't know what the deal is, but I keep getting that message. Yeah. So that must be the message of the day. Sometimes that happens. We see cards pulled over and over again, even when we shuffle them. So,
Wow. Okay, so Priscilla, the first card that I drew for you is called The Lost Child. And you can see her facing into the unknown. I'm not really sure what she is standing in, but it almost looks like an opening of the earth. Okay, the lost
mhm.
child. Oh, I wish I
Yep.
could get a better picture of that.
No,
And
I
then
can
the
pretty
next,
much see it. Hmm.
can you? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And then the next card that is right behind it is the mother. So there's the moon again, right? Oh shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So the moon is dangling the mother. Okay, she is being suspended by a connection to the full moon.
Uh-huh.
And what I would take from this is perhaps there's a piece of the child within that wants nurturing from the mother that exists now as the adult, right?
Uh-huh.
If there's a piece that can be healed, if there's a piece that is wanting understanding or wanting information, that again, going within, finding those answers, listening to the
Yeah.
moon, its messages, and following the energies that are supportive of that. Um,
Mm.
the lost girl isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
It is. There are those that we call lost are not necessarily unhappy in their wandering. So it
Uh-huh.
could be that there's a child wish, a dream, something
Uh-huh.
that has maybe been put to the side for whatever reason. That now in this energy we can going forward manifest what we want to have going forward.
Right.
So tapping into that little girl, because the mom is equipped to handle whatever that dream is.
That's right. And she is and Priscilla is a crone, and yet still has those other embodiments of woman inside of her, including, the maiden and the
Yeah.
mother. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Priscilla.
Thank you.
All right. We got the last one here is Erin. She wonders if she'll like her next job.
Oh, I wonder if I need a different deck.
I
Well,
am,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
keep going with it.
Okay. I'm pulling from the Angels Answers from Oracle cards from Radley Valentine, and I got some really interesting cards here for you. Um, so I, are you changing? Are you choosing a new direction in this job? I'm not sure if you are or not, but it's a counsel to look in a different direction. So, maybe you are looking in that direction already, but if not, take your time. Make sure you find what it is that you really want to do because it's important to your happiness. Um, and right now, they're pulling up the recovery card, and it's a time of introspection. It's a time of loving yourself. It's a time of understanding why you're going through what you're going through. But look, the light is right above your head. You are looking down so you can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It's right there and it's within your reach. The final card I got, and I love it, is big, happy changes are coming your way. Look at her arms are up in the air, and she's got all this beautiful gold around her, and she's
Wow.
finally being able to take in the sun she didn't see before. She can take in now because she's looking up and her arms are outstretched. I'd say those are some beautiful cards, Erin. So I hope that all manifests for you.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Erin, I really wish I could show you this card. I'm gonna try really hard to make sure that it doesn't like fade away into the microwave here. The first card
Mm-hmm.
that I got is called the gift. Oops, oops. Let's go there. So the
Yep.
gift.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
She is walking away from a house that has a roof that has fallen in. So
Ah.
the roof has fallen in. It looks like there's an eagle sitting on top of the roof. She's safe. She's beautiful. She's holding
Mm-hmm.
flowers. And
Mm-hmm.
the word on this is the gift. So
Mm.
sometimes things can happen that don't seem like like
They're
they're
gifts.
they're like, wow, what am I supposed to do with that? When they
Yeah.
actually are a gift. And so the last one that I put for you is called Welcome Home.
Oh my goodness.
I think that in knowing this job and having confidence in this job and going with the job and its experiences may give you a sense of peace and confidence and all those things that you feel like when you've come home, when you feel like you're okay, like everything is going to be okay, because you're home. I mean, there's no better place than being at home. So I think that it might look like the roof is falling in, but you'll find a gift
You'll
within it.
get through it.
It'll be really good.
She hasn't worked since February. She was a caregiver to a woman on hospice. What a beautiful thing that you did. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you miss her.
Yeah.
You were her angel, Erin.
Mm.
You were. And it's a sad but wonderful soul work that you do. So
Right.
always,
Beautiful.
always embrace that. That's wonderful. Wow. So we got about 1 minute left. Or it's actually right at the top of the hour. Why don't we pull a card for the collective? Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome,
I
Marie.
would love that.
Okay, there we
We'll
go.
grab a different one.
All right.
I'm so glad you guys came to my kitchen this morning.
I want to know when apple crisp is going to be done. I'm hungry.
Ooh.
Or
Ooh,
blueberry buckle or peach cobbler or something like that. Yes.
oh my gosh, I was reading an article the other day about all these different ways that people call crumbles or
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
right, and I'm like, oh my gosh, some of these words sound like they're characters in some sort of strange musical. From across
Oh
the
my
country, they
God.
just call them such different things.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. For the group.
Okay, Nancy, we'll do it after we do the collective. Okay? Yeah. I do have a phone call that is coming in soon. So
Yeah.
hopefully. So I have to keep an eye out for that. But let's see. Let's see. All right. Card for the collective.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay. Everybody needs to go to the wellspring. This
Oh,
is the
nice.
wellspring. And it's funny. I got up this morning and the first thing I did was went into the hot tub, and it wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. And I sat in there for half an hour and I just enjoyed it. It was beautiful. So there's the wellspring, whatever your wellspring is. It says, what are you thirsty for? Body care. Take a breath.
Nice.
Take a breath. There you go.
Nice. That's such a beautiful card.
It is. Yeah.
So, mine is Field of Dreams, Bounty.
Oh,
Yeah, sustainability and the good harvest. So, dream big.
dream big.
Dream big. Here's the Field of Dreams.
Mhm.
Fluttered in pink. Look, even when I put it here, it's like still got pink coming
If you
through.
put it near your nose, yeah, it doesn't go.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Maybe the option in my kitchen is to have a second camera where I could
Yes.
put
So when
put
you're
it
doing
on the
readings, you don't have to.
card.
Yes. Or you could have
Yeah.
some, like Linda G does. She has those stand-up pictures of Gerard Butler and others. You could put a few men in there, doing the work. Who knows?
I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun to color this. If I had an outline, I probably, you know, something to
Yeah,
do, right? Like,
absolutely. Yep. All right. So Nancy wonders if we can pull a card, and so I did. And you got the wishing well.
ooh,
Ooh, it looks as though unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels are coming
ooh,
your way. Remember, karma isn't always bad. Karma's good and bad. And so when it says karmic gift, whoa, it's not a bad thing. But look at this beautiful color, and she's at the wishing well. So expect the unexpected, and somebody may be really kind. They may pay it forward at the Starbucks or something. Who knows? I always love that when that happens, actually.
do you know there was a woman who was talking about paying it forward, and she said they heard a story about a toll booth where it started out at 6 in the morning, where somebody paid it forward. By the
Yeah.
end of the ship, by the end of her shift, 600 people had paid it forward. So that all day long, people were paying it forward, paying it forward, paying it forward, paying.
In
Because
that lane, at least. In
yes,
that lane.
in her
Yeah.
lane,
Mhm.
yeah, she
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
counting because she said it was just like so
Yeah.
amazing, so
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah. All right. So do you? Oh, you already did that, didn't you? Did you already do one for her? No.
Nancy.
Yeah.
The last one. Okay, so you got the wishing well.
Yeah.
And I got the dining table. A date. I know,
Okay.
welcome to my kitchen. A date, a social gathering, nourishment. So this is an outdoor setting, which is interesting for the time that it is right now. Outside, something that is just going to be illuminating. Yeah, nice stuff coming up.
Excellent. That reminds me of the idea of a buffet. A buffet is there, the food is there, but you have to get up and get it for yourself. So make sure that you get up and get what you need and do it for yourself and not worry about what other people think. Yeah. Thank you, Carrie.
So much.
Thank you. I had a wonderful time. Thanks, everybody, for being here with us and your questions and all the love. Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.